Alright, let's get to it. It's your boy Orion. You know what it is. Wood Elves versus Greenskin. It's a battle of the greens. Let's get it going. Running down the hill. Love these boys. My opponent TMiR has brought the Goblin Boss. No, Great Shaman, my bad. I never use the Shaman, yeah. I use the Shaman usually as a hero. I got a Pit Lord. Not a Pit Lord. A Pit Mage. For my elf boys. And as a green, one of my boy mains, I would say one of my mains, probably one of my worst win rates too. Greenskins. Flying units are always a problem. Always a problem. I don't know how I like these Hawk Riders though. They do, I guess they're alright. I don't find them very useful, honestly. I think they're better off at taking out artillery and other long range pieces. No, because their model count's too low. Definitely better at taking artillery or single entity models. But man, and yeah, team just came in with the bull rush. I took a hill. He knew what was up. I knew what was up, and it was just a matter of who could micro better at this point. And we charge them. We try to stop these Goblin Riders. I don't know if Orion has fear or terror, because man, they dropped as soon as I charged them with Orion. And yeah, these boys are shooting. I think I have two Glade Guard, 2 poison, and 2 armor piercing. So this should slow them down and let me take a number of them out. And yeah, they are just surrounding us with big guns, wolf riders, coming in the front with all sorts of nonsense. Goblins, loons. Yeah, he is just putting me to work, putting my micro. Those loons did so much damage. It pains me. He came in with the 1-2 punch. But these Eternal Guard are tough. But those loons are just a nightmare to deal with. I might actually start using those. I don't use those too often with Greenskins. I was very impressed with them. But then again, he got lucky with how they randomly went in. RNG, I guess. That's why I hate the loons so much. Fanatics in general. But they're not too bad. I was pretty impressed with how they went. Man, here he comes. All these debuffs coming in. And that's why I love Greenskins, but also hate them, because all they have... They have great supporting spells, but their damage spells are pretty mediocre besides Foot of Gork, but even then. And yeah, I purposefully trapped my mage so I can get these big guns. And that was a good call on my end. That was a good play. Almost cost me my mage, but cost him 2 units, and I was more than happy with that trade. I was actually afraid he was going to rout and not cast a spell, so I got lucky there. And here's what I'm talking about with the Hawks, because these are big ones. These are Black Orcs, and they're just tearing through my Hawk Riders, no problem. These Hawk Riders have armor piercing. But with their low model count, low HP, like I said, it's tough to find a place for them. I think they're better off, yeah, I think artillery and SEMs are definitely the way to go with these things. But the fact that their missiles aren't armor piercing makes them a very weird thing, so I guess that's where you put them against artillery and low armor units. And then I guess against single entity models, you just bum rush them. For 1050, they're not bad though. But they're no, what are those the lizardmen have? Pterodactyl Riders? Petrodon Riders, whatever they're called. And I know those are cheaper at like, what, 700? Maybe? Maybe they're around the same price. I don't know, I don't play lizardmen too often. I haven't played them since campaign. But anyways, yeah. Black Orcs are my back line. Orion's still trying to hold out. These Eternal Guard are trying to get his his war boss. And here he comes, the hero himself, Orion. Alright, here we go. Orion coming in. Coming to save my boys. And that is a beautiful Pit of Shades. Look at that. Ooh! Right on top of those Black Orcs. And I need that. The only saving grace against these Black Orcs right now are these Pit of Shades. And Orion, really. The team is just on point with all these debuffs. And he's gonna need them, because, man. And that's why I like these Goblin Lords over the Greenskin Lords. Goblin Lords have a lot of good debuff spells. They're cheap. The lords themselves have solid mounts that are pretty quick. And I kind of think they're better, slightly, not by much, than let's say, a legendary lord like Warzag. It depends on the situation. But if you want to take out, I don't know, it's tough. Because Warzag has the net ability on a lord or a unit. And I've taken out lords, dwarven lords, tough dwarven lords, with the proper trap setup. But I've done the same thing with goblin lords, and they're cheaper. I think they have better abilities and spells, honestly. The only good damage spell is Foot of Gork for Warzag and the other spellcasting. Ooh, another good pit right there. So it's really tough for Greenskins, because you really have to be careful with your spells, even though they are cheap. But you want to save them mainly to just beat down specific units. And not only with their spells you gotta be careful with, you also gotta be careful with their units, because although you get a lot of units with Greenskins, they don't last. Low leadership, they're pretty easy to rout. They're not great at sniping lords, or anything flying or large, really. But you can take them out if you got a good setup. That's really what you need to be careful with Greenskins. You gotta really get the ambush. If you don't get the ambush, it's all over. And even if you do get the ambush, it's still not guaranteed to go in your favor. One good spell is all they need to take you out. And that's usually how it goes with Greenskins. You get the ambush, you surround them with units, but all they need is like a Pit of Shades or a giant burn spell, and bam, it's over. Like Vampire Counts. I don't know what Greenskins can really do against something like Vampire Counts, where they have a Mortis engine. I mean, you got Foot of Gork, that's great. The only problem, and I guess you have Stone Trolls and Giants to take out the cart. But that's a problem within itself. But it's not like you're gonna get there, especially against a Vampire Lord itself. Or like if someone brings Vlad or something. And it wins at death. One wins at death. Oh man, and it's over. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough for our boys out here, the green boys. Man, watching Orion just chuck spears and take out the loons and his goblin shaman, so good. Man, Orion's such a badass. I love him. I love him more than the. And I know the Spell Singer Lord is way better for Wood Elves, just to have the Pit of Shades and all that goodness. But I just like Orion. He is so good. And typically I was expecting mounts, so this makes sense. And Orion's good in case they bring something like a Rogue Idol or a Giant. Although I don't expect them to really bring a Giant. Rogue Idol, though, wouldn't be too bad. What is it, the Big Gun? The Big Gun would have been nasty for me. Although I had the trees to help me, still, it would have forced me out. That's why I had the Great Eagles sitting there, or the Hawk Riders sitting over, the Great Eagles. The Hawk Riders sitting over there in case he had any catapults, and I could just bum rush him. But the Big Gun would have been nasty. If he would have brought the Big Gun, I would have loved that. That would have been a great fight. Oh. He bum rushes me, tries to get me down until the Big Gun gets here, and then it's over. Man, that would have been so cool. I love the Big Gun. I like Greenskins. I don't know why they don't get too much love on here. They're so much fun. They got a lot of character. They got a lot of tactics and tools and tricks. But man, even with all that, there's still never. I just want to see a good update on them. I just want to see these boys thrive finally. And I don't know what they could do to make Greenskins at least a bit more viable. They're like right on the border of being pretty solid. Pretty, what is it? Not, I don't know why I was thinking redundant. Consistent. I want them to be more consistent, but it's so hard. It's so difficult. But even then, I'm still learning. And yeah, this is gonna be, yeah, his Goblin Shaman routing. This is gonna be it soon. No Black Orcs left. My Glade Guard are still running through. And Orion's out to hunt. He smells the blood, although he's out of spears. It's gonna be a 1v1 Orion versus Goblin Shaman. Here we go. Smack him. Bam! Oh, shit. Right in the jaw. Ooh. Yeah, Orion ain't fucking around. Nah. You running? Bam. Spear in the back. Nope, that's gonna be it. Oh, yep, that's gonna be it. GG's, TMiR. GG's. Played well. Still like the build. Orion, didn't get his value, but still solid. Of course, my Spell Singer got its value. That's no surprise there. And yup, those Glade Guard are so good. My other boys lasted as long as they did. That's what they're supposed to do. Surprised they even got as much value as they did. But that's what happens when you throw Goblin after Goblin after Goblin, and then maybe an Orc or two in. Yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Come back. We always got some coming through. Like, sub, and have a good day. Enjoy. Peace.